Has there ever been a time maybe a teacher said something that when they said it to you, you're like, oh, I feel bad about myself now? Like, has that ever happened?
Yeah. Well,
What happened? Like,
what happened is, well, just today, actually, they asked me, Lisa asked me where my bicep is, and I messed up really badly.
do you feel like she could have done something differently to make you feel less bad? Like, what would that have been?
Well, actually,
Well, she just asked where are your biceps, and she's like pointing around on her arm like this, and then Lisa's like, no, 10 push-ups, and she was doing that to everybody, but it wasn't very supportively.
So what could she have done differently, do you think?
I don't know.
you could have said,
And then
like, give one more chance to get a different muscle.
Okay.
And then I BS'd my quiz the other day on the anatomy of the human body, and then she's like, come up here, and then she said like something, and then she brought up that I got a bad grade on the quiz, and then she said the next first year that is like talking out a line that I'll say what you got, but
Okay.
so.
So how did that make you feel, or what could she have done differently?
Well, it didn't make me feel so bad because I knew I didn't study very much because I didn't know it was that day, and then I don't know, it was fine.
It was sort of confusing because she didn't give us really guidelines on how to study for that quiz.
And she said that it might be like, it might say what it does or what it is, and you have to fill in the blank. And then it was totally just the body, and you had to fill in all the muscles.
So maybe if she like clarified her expectations, that would have been helpful
Yeah.
before?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
and you'll do that a lot. Like, we had to do the metric conversion boxes, and you said, like, it's okay if the answer's wrong as long as you mostly have the right, like, milligram or centigram, or if it's going from milligram to centigram, you actually change it. You don't just have it, you don't have the wrong answer, and it's okay if it's wrong, just try to fix it and work on it.
Okay, sweet. Thanks, guys.
Well, I think it's really important that even if there's constructive criticism is very important, but I think it's also important to give praise when praise is due.
Well, I think it's important for teachers to be nice unless absolutely necessary that they have to be like really, really mean.
What's a circumstance you would think of that would be necessary to be really, really mean?
Like if someone is misbehaving over and over and over. So like be kind but strict.
Okay. So if someone is misbehaving like over and over and over and over again, what do you think is the best way for me as a teacher to help them change their behavior?
I think it depends on the individual.
Okay.
Because some people being reprimanded is a big deal to them, and they'll stop. Some people, you'd have to actually like talk to the parents and have some more bigger consequence. So I think it might be on a case-to-case basis.
How would it feel for you, Brianne, if I like publicly reprimanded you?
I would be very happy.
Okay. What if for you, Carol, what if I like came down the middle class and be like, Carol, how dare you do that?
I'd probably be pasted against the wall quivering in fear.
Okay.
But with me, and I think Carol too, if you tell us not to do something once, we probably won't do it again.
Okay. So what else could I do as a teacher to help you feel like this is a place for you to have fun, to feel like you're excited to come to either my class or any teacher's class? What can I do?
I think something that's very important to me is that there's always a sense of student-teacher respect. So that respect for the teacher and what they're doing in their time, and respect for the student in their time too.
Okay.
I knew you took my line.
That was your line? Do you guys plan this?
No.
Has there ever been a time here where a teacher giving you constructive feedback has made you feel bad about yourself? Has that ever happened at some point?
I think that mostly it's like if it was something that I felt I did well at, and it turned out that it wasn't as well liked by the teacher, then I feel a little bit like, well, I thought I did well, but.
So in that case, like, how could I couch that feedback to you?
I think it's important to give the constructive criticism, but also recognize effort put into something.
What about for you, Carol? What if there's some project you worked really hard on, and you spent hours and hours and hours, and then I give it back to you and it has a BS evaluation?
Well, I feel that partly it's right because you probably didn't follow instructions, but I also feel that with all the effort, you should get some credit for it.
Okay. Cool. Anything else, ladies?
Fun classes make a good difference.
Sweet. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.